In 2004 and 2005, in my naval career, I was given 2 LOIs, letters of instruction. I was an E8, up for E9. 2004, I was ranked number 1, and in 2005, I wasn't ranked number 1. I should have been, but I got in trouble. I got in trouble because of my verbal abuse to sailors, specifically female sailors. My dad wasn't a verbally abusive man at all. He was more mental abusive towards my mother, and in their divorce papers, it says mental abuse. I never heard my father be mentally abusive, but I'm not saying my mother lied. So she said what she said. I've dated and slept with a lot of women. Not proud of that, and pretty much embarrassed to say it, but I like telling the truth now. It makes me feel better. It helps people. Even though I am narcissistic, a lot of my traits come from my mother, some from my dad. But I know for a fact my verbal abusive traits come from my grandfather, my mother's father. Narcissistic people are not removed from either side of the family. Between the ages of 5 to 11, I saw, witnessed, and heard my grandfather verbally abuse my grandmother. And I used to watch my grandmother come running in the kitchen to get his cigarettes, the salt and pepper, the bread, his Pepsi, the hot sauce. I saw my grandfather bang on the table when I'm sitting at breakfast with him, and I'd sit there and I would always bite my lip and rock in the chair. And he would bang on the table and look at me, and he would go, and I would go, right after he would verbally abuse my grandmother. So don't think that just because your boyfriend or husband or girlfriend or wife, their mother's narcissistic or was narcissistic, or their father, the grandparents have it too. Witnessing my grandfather verbally abuse my grandmother, my uncle, my grandfather's son, my mother's brother, verbally abused his mother too, my grandmother. He verbally abused all of his girlfriends that he brought to our house in East Cleveland. He didn't verbally abuse me, but he physically abused me. So I get my verbal abuse from my grandfather. I've never physically abused anybody. I'm glad I didn't. I hate pedophiles. I hate rapists. But I know those are strong words, but that's how I feel about it. But my grandfather was verbally abusive. My father wasn't. So the narcissistic traits can come from either side. And it doesn't have to be a family. It doesn't have to be a parent. Keep that in mind. All right, you have a great day.